Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to another stream. It is Tuesday night, and we're back for another marathon. Tonight, we'll be doing another card boxing stream and another anagramming stream for you guys to cut your teeth into. Hopefully this one will last a bit longer than the other ones. I've added a few more questions for the chat to get through. So we'll see if you guys will get through them. Time will tell on that one. And as always, there will be a prediction that will be available for you guys to get involved with later on in the stream. So stick around for that. But at the moment, we have a board of words that you guys can start answering. So yeah, feel free to start getting involved. So what I'm going to do is head over to the full screen. So let's go have a look at the entire board. Alright, so here we are. This is what the board looks like right now. You can see that my card box is down to 5,500 right now as well. I put in a bit of a shift whilst in transit to and from Washington DC. So I've done a little bit more work on it, and it's yeah, it's gone well so far. But yes, as always, I'm going to be trying to get through to 2,000 cardbox questions. I'm getting through some more difficult ones today, and hopefully the stream will go all the way to near enough for 11 o'clock. That's the kind of the hope, I guess, so to speak. And again, I hope that you guys out there will get involved with the questions as well. There's actually 2,000 questions as well this time, not 2,000 answers. 2,000 questions. So hopefully the stream, just like the last 2 or 3 times now, has ended early. So yeah, we're attempting to make sure that the stream doesn't end early and that I can get through. It gives me a bit more time to get through some of these questions that are on my in my card box. So yes, if you're just tuning in, just turning up, good evening to you. And yeah, feel free to get yourselves involved with the Finiwords race tonight. And yeah, I think the last 3 times, last 3 races now, the chat has managed to clear the board before the time expires. So that's 3 times now that the chat has done that. I've now finally had to cave in a little bit and give you guys a few more questions to answer, kind of level out the playing field a little bit. So that's kind of where we're at tonight. And yeah, if you're watching on YouTube right now, you cannot actually get involved. You're going to have to get yourself over to twitch.tv/Ostinio9. Get yourself logged in, get yourself watching on there, and start typing out the anagrams that you see of the alphagrams on the board, and put them in the chat, and they'll start disappearing, and your name will be put onto the leaderboard. So that's kind of what we have going on tonight, and yeah, that's now down to you to get involved with. So hopefully, I mean, we do have just over 2.5 hours left. So that is the time left until 11 p.m. US Central Time. And yes, as I said, I was getting through a bunch of my questions to and from Washington DC, which was the venue for the North American School Scrabble Championship that happened over the weekend, just gone. And I went there with 3 teams. And yeah, I will talk a bit more about that later on in the stream when more people are here. Good evening to Muff with Tentacle. Says good evening, everybody. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. I could try to solve some of these. Oh, there we go. Only 2 errors there. Okay, not bad. Alright, well, I guess the race has started. So yes, don't forget that the number of answers on the board actually represents 2,000 questions, not two. It doesn't just show 2,000 answers now. I've decided that you guys are getting too fast and too good, so I've upped the number of questions on the board, which again hopefully should take you all up until towards the end of the time limit. My streams have been ending a little prematurely. Maybe, I think last one we finished like 50 minutes early. So, you know, need to have a bit more time, I think. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing endless number of these streams, and I'm not going to get through them all in time. I'm actually trying to typing left-handed so to give you a chance. Well, I need every chance I can, everything I can get here. That's very nice of you, I will say. But again, I'm sure some people in the chat will come through and join you. Just on cue, just like Itchite, good evening to you. So we have some company here now. That's good. Hi, yep, good evening. Also, because the race is a little bit longer, I actually don't have... I do have some snacks next to me again. But the funny thing is, it's not really funny, but but the thing is, I don't have 5 snacks next to me. I actually have 6. Because I need to encourage you guys to keep answering questions. Again, I will always, I always have a plate of fruit in front of me. But there are 5 other things here, so that is there for you guys to, I would say cut your teeth into, but that is literally what I will be doing with those things. But yes. I will be showing you and eating them. I think maybe every 400 answers you get through. And I will do the fruit last because that's arguably the least interesting, but there's actually the most of it. But yeah, I will do all those things later on. So when you get to 400, I will eat the first thing. Good evening to a critter. Good to see you here. Also saying that you might not be around for too long, and that's totally fine. I'm aware that some people may have better things to do. I mean, I don't know what those kind of things would be, but you know, each to their own. But again, any time that you can spend here, however long, have a short and sweet, is all good. So this to those of us who don't have things to do. Maybe. Yeah, I try not to read between the lines too much. I'm definitely not dissing my viewership by any stretch. But there literally is like 1,000 more important, maybe more fun things that you could be doing, maybe. But, you know, you're here. So, I thank you for that. But in any case, it's all good, all good. And again, I will also talk a bit more about the NASSC that happened last week. I said last weekend. I took 3 teams to Washington DC. I'll talk a bit more about that later on when more people are here. HSN True, I could be doing my cardbox again. That is probably one of the things. Probably one of the 1,000 things. Actually, probably not one of the 1,000 things that actually is more interesting. So I will say no, that is not true. Critter says sleeping is pretty fun. It's true. That is probably one of the 1,000 things. That is probably, I mean, it's probably better for your health too, but still, I can't literally name all 1,000 things that would be more interesting or more important than doing this. But you know, but if you can't name one, then you should be here. This will rank high anything else, okay? So that's all good. So yes, once we get to 400 answers, I will devour something. And I can reveal. Apart, I mean, I have 6 different things here. 2 of those things are a repeat. So I've shown you 2 things, and one of those things is actually just fruit. Like, I don't have an endless array of fruit from, like, you know, exotic amount of fruit here. I mean, it's stuff that you've seen before. There's one other snack out of the 5, say, not so healthy snacks that you've seen already. But the other 4 you have not seen before. I'm literally raiding my pantry and trying to find something that would be interesting, maybe. Again, watching me eat is probably not the most interesting in the world, but again, you're here, so here we are. But yes, in the meantime, let's get through more answers, and we will show off some of the snacks that I have in front of me. But you guys are about halfway there, so it's all good. I didn't actually see who won NASSC. Okay, well, good, I guess, because then I can tell you later on. We'll tell you a bit more about what happened there, and on the way and home, what happened on the way there and the way home too. A few things that happened, you know, in transit, so I can reveal that, not just on the way to Washington DC, but also on the way home. I guess I could check or wait you to reveal. Yeah, it's up to you. At the end of the day, it's definitely it's one of those things, like, instead of watching live TV, you can spoil it for yourself if you still don't know or still care to know and want to wait. Or you could just look it up yourself. That's also fine. Information is out there for you to find out. It's fine. I got told about one fairly local team that did well, but other than that, I know about nothing. Okay, cool. I'm not sure how many of you caught the I'm not sure how many of you caught the what was it? What was I gonna say? I can't remember. Caught the stream, sorry, on the Let's Play Scrabble YouTube channel. That's what I was gonna talk about. It was on the live stream throughout the whole weekend. Again, don't expect many of you to have been watching that religiously, but maybe some of you may have checked in once or twice throughout the weekend. But if not, no problem. I'm hyped for the Thai tournament now that you have told me about it. Yes. It is about 2 months away now. It is actually not that long. I didn't catch very much because I was at a one day on Saturday and was recovering Sunday. Okay. I guess I'll let you off on that one. So, which one day was this on Saturday? The Austin one day. Oh, okay. I played Frosthaven with friends all weekend. Okay, I might not. Okay, you might have to. Maybe everyone else knows, but what is Frosthaven? I don't think I'm aware of what that is. I've been living under a rock, so physical or digital Frosthaven. Is this a game of some kind? I assume. Is it some kind of board game? You have to explain to me what the what it's similar to or how you play this game. I've actually never heard of this. So I need to play it once every 2 months now when one pair of our forces can travel. Ah, nice. It's a co-op complicated board game with a campaign. Okay. Okay. It's not crazy well known unless you're into board games. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was something that was very well known, and I'm like, am I just being old, or am I just like not understanding what this is, or does it have, or like again being British, I don't know if it has a different name. I don't know, but yes, that's okay, cool. It's very highly ranked on Board Game Geek top 3 still, I think. Okay, is it relatively new, or is it quite an old game? I guess it must be quite a new if it's still. If it's highly ranked in the top 3, I assume that there's like a rating that has updates fairly regularly. A few years old at this point, and a sequel to Gloomhaven, which was also very highly lauded. Okay. Alright. Is it a game where you have to have 4 players? Or can you play 2-player, 3-player, or more? You can just solo if you want to. Oh, crazy. Okay. It's one of those games. Okay, I see. I see how it is. Okay. Cool. Might have to look into that then. Or maybe I shouldn't be looking into that. I need to be preparing for... I'm literally having to prepare for the Thailand tournament. I'm gonna be distracting myself from that, and then I'll turn up to Thailand and be like, all I'm thinking about is Frosthaven. And when can I play it again? When I'm sitting there playing Nigel or something. I need to concentrate on one thing here. We switched to Gloomhaven 2.0, so our Frosthaven campaign has been shelved for like 9 months, but I think I'm currently Trapper. Okay. Cool. Nice, good to hear. I think I mentioned this maybe in the last stream or not. I can't remember. I don't actually know if anyone even batted an eyelid to what I said about it. But the only other board game that I kind of talk or play is actually Settlers of Catan, and I play on the colonist.io app fairly often. I'd say fairly often. I did play a fair bit today. But, you know, I don't know how many of you guys play that either. But I play the rated games on there against other people and things like that. I don't have many good things to say about Catan. Uh-oh. Why is that? Good evening to Asia Cosmographer as well. Good to see you here. Catan is fine. Okay. I usually only play it because someone else wants to play it. It's an amazing step still to get people into more complex Euro games. Okay. Right. I get, because I don't normally play many other board games, so to speak, apart from Scrabble, because well, firstly, Scrabble takes a lot of time if you want to kind of stay on, you know, being able to recall words, but also, you know, just having a family is hard to find time for yourself. And when I am finding time for myself, like now, I'm choosing to answer my cardbox for 2.5 hours. So that's kind of crazy in itself. But here we are. Too done for Euro games. Yeah, my brain. I don't know. Sometimes it takes me a hot moment to fully understand what's going on. It's a non-judgment zone here. Yes, that's right. Maybe. I mean, it's also the fact that if I was playing also other things, I probably would be playing Football Manager also, which is essentially just a glorified spreadsheet game. um, so yeah, again, not many people would find that fun. Probably less so if you're not a soccer fan or have any idea what's going on, because it's a very the game is so complex in terms of what you can do on it. It is beyond comprehension in terms of, if you had never played it before, you'd be completely amazed by what you could do. And you can literally just sit there and look at numbers for like numbers of hours and not have to play any games whatsoever. I'm fascinated that Football Manager games are so popular. Yes. I get it, but I don't get it. That's true. Yeah, it is very addictive. I don't know, it's hard to really explain. Yeah, I watched my friend play Football Manager and I wanted to call for help. Okay, that's fair. Good evening to my wife, also getting involved with the Finiwords game. So we have 5 players now on the leaderboard. Yes, it is hard to. Yeah, it's hard to really put down after a while, because it is so in depth. You can basically load up all the different leagues around the world and basically sort through all the players that could be bought or whatnot. It's very immersive as well. By that, there's actually no real, and there's also no real end point either. You can keep playing for however long you want. There's no end. Yeah, there's not like you complete the game and the game's end. It's like you just keep going season after season after season. And you just keep going. There's no end point. And even then, you could start a new save, managing another team to start with, and then just keep going from there. So it's like the game just keeps going on and on. And even if you get sacked, you're still like in the game, and then you just accept another managing job from some other team, and then you just keep going. But yeah, it's just very immersive. There has been, I mean, I don't know if anyone knows about this, about the Football Manager franchise, is that there has been cases of obviously this is kind of more of a boy game, right? Men normally playing it, not usually as many women, but so many men play it so much, and then people have been divorced through playing this game because they just can't put the game down and put it away. Looks like there might be word we can't clear on the right. Oh yes, I see it. Okay. You're gonna have to get all the other 2,803 words. So yes, the Football Manager games are kind of dangerous. Partly also why I shouldn't be playing it too much. Because sometimes, like, I've been playing it for so long now, different versions of the game, of course, different years, and it does get very immersive to the point where, like, I'm just walking around or doing work, and I'm like thinking about my game, and I'm thinking about who I want to buy next, and like thinking about the tactics that I want to employ for my next game that I have going on in my save. I've done this many times. It's very addictive, so I've had to like go. I mean, if I just do it, I go all in on it and start playing. and then I had to put it down for a while just to take a break. I will say I haven't actually played it since November now. It was like maybe the first few weeks when it came out. This season came out, and I haven't played it since then. I could stream it. Yeah, it is possible. I could do that. I have thought about it, but I might get I might also a lot of you might also you might also not watch, and I might get nobody watching, or people who are normally watching Football Manager and being like, "What are you doing?" When you're going to sleep, do player stat sheets, dance in your. He knows we would bully him if he did. Maybe. I mean, I have streamed football, F1 Manager before, which is a lot more niche. That was a game that only had just come out at that time, and not overly popular, but I like the Football Manager franchise. If I'm really into a game, it starts affecting my dreams. So yeah, Football Manager, I've been playing it since like once I was a child, and even I played it at university, and during my freshman year, I was with at least two other guys who actually played the game, and then once we finished all of our exams in the summer, and we were still like living there, we have another like month just to kill. We decided to have a Football Manager day, where we just wake up, we will just play Football Manager literally all day, and we'll sit in our kitchen and just play, and we'll just order in some pizzas and we'll just eat. That's all we do. And then we actually had to go out for like some kind of say night out or whatever at the student union or whatever, and then we came back and continued playing until like 4 a.m. So we played for like 50 hours or something. Yeah, it was kind of, yeah. That's how immersive it can be. Where I don't have much else to do, and that was kind of what was going on. $15 is lightweight, exactly. It's nothing. But yeah, that was just like one day. Like, we've been playing that like way too many times before that too. So yeah, there was a game when I used to play like a save that started in like, I had like the Football Manager 2008 2009 version or something, and I played like one save all the way until like 2033 or something. And the thing is that the game is smart, because obviously the people that are playing now would have all retired, or they become like coaches or managers or whatever, and they have like regens, so like regenerate players who become part of your academy and other teams' academy, and then you suddenly remembering, it gets worse, because then you're suddenly remembering a whole database full of fake people, and you remember how good they are, what position they play, where they're from, and all those kind of things. So it gets even worse. You're actually remembering a whole complete new world that doesn't exist. Which then just makes it sound even more sad. But it's that's what it does to you. Anyway, I did promise this. After 400 answers, I was going to open a snack. So I did say, if you guys did not turn up early in the stream, then I do have 6 different snacks in front of me tonight. Every 400 answers, I will open a snack and eat it. I will open the first one. Of course, one always is like some fruit. Going to be healthy to some degree, but I'll save that to the end. So yeah, I mean, I have 4 different snacks that we've not seen before, and this is the first one. It's actually nothing particularly that interesting, but it is actually a Kerrygold cheese stick. So I will eat that now. Again, hopefully, it doesn't actually crunch. The fruit cancelled out the just biscuits. I do have other things here, relatively similar to that, but I will get to that sometime later on. But I have a cheese stick here, and I'm going to start eating the cheese. Yeah, we don't have any more digestives left now. That is true. I did not finish them up. We were away. So I guess it finished at that point. Good evening to Saint GTB as well, also, by the way. Good to see you here. Yeah, I get blamed for a lot of things. Alright. First, gotta make a pile of discarded stuff here. There's the first snack done. There's just a cheese stick. Next stack will be unlocked at 800 answers. Good evening to Bushline as well. Good to see you here too. Yes. I'll be talking a bit more about the North American School Scrabble Championships later on. We've got plenty of time here. We've got 2 more hours of this. Did you manage to find an Olive Garden in DC? I'm sure there are a bunch of them. But I did not go to one, I can tell you that now. Although that might not be overly surprising. It's a good point, actually, because I don't know if the kids that we bring would actually like Olive Garden. Would they like Olive Garden? Our team, would they like Olive Garden? I don't know. I mean, kids being kids, some of them are slightly fussy eaters, but I think Olive Garden might have a big enough variety that everyone will like something on the menu, so it's probably okay. I mean, there's a reason why it is a chain, and obviously a chain must be popular over a wide scale. Even if the quality of the food is not like the best, it's still like I guess it checks enough boxes, right, for anybody to go. So I guess they probably would, but I don't necessarily want to try that out. But you know, they don't care about quality. That is true. That is true. The kids menu probably has chicken nuggets. That is yes. So bearing in mind, I have 6 people in my, or 6 kids in my team. So 2 of them are kids, Lee and Penny. So we obviously know how they eat, or what they don't eat. And then we have Leah's School Scrabble partner Jonathan, who is a little bit. I mean, he is a little bit of a fussy eater, but he generally eats most things that we would choose, or something there generally. So don't forget that he's also Chinese as well, so he'll eat Asian food. And then Penny's School Scrabble partner Tony is also Chinese. who likes to eat stuff from McDonald's. I mean, Jonathan also likes to eat stuff from McDonald's too, like a lot. Tony is definitely doesn't like anything green, so no vegetables or anything like that. I mean, that's not my job. Thank you, Critter. Thanks for tuning in also and playing along. I appreciate you. Yeah, hope to see you here again at some point. But yeah, hope you have a good evening. See you around. And then the other two in our team, David, who is also Chinese, again, somewhat fussy eater, I guess. And his partner Samuel, yeah, and he eats pretty much anything. He doesn't just eat anything, he like scarfs everything down. So, yeah, he's, definitely the least fussiest eater ever. He will eat anything that's put in front of him. No sushi, yeah, it doesn't like raw fish. That's the only thing I think it doesn't like. But that's a generally when that happens, you have to go to a place that only sells that, or predominantly sells that, so we're not there at any of those places. Especially for a 12-year-old, yeah, that's not necessarily a refined palate that we would expect a 12-year-old to have, but he does eat pretty much anything else, or anything not too spicy, so it's all good. Yes, he's actually from Shreveport. He is. He's actually not local. Say local to us. He's still in the same state, but it's still a 5-hour drive from here to Shreveport. But yeah, he's a very, yeah, very able kid. He can pretty much do anything. He plays soccer. He does Scrabble. He plays the piano. And then he's happy to kind of play any kind of games that anyone wants to play. He's down for it. So he's very easy to get along with, which is always makes not just everyone else's life easier, but just a nice person to be around. So it's nice for him to be there. I will talk a bit more about the tournament in a minute, but we're about to approach 800 answers, so this will unlock another snack. So we've had one of the other 6 snacks already. I had to eat the first thing that might go a little bit sweaty, which was the cheese. So the rest of it doesn't really matter too much now. But now we're over 800. I'm actually going to eat the next snack. So I don't know if anyone has seen these before. You might normally have seen these on an airplane if you fly Southwest. But you get these kind of like pretzels, these kind of stick pretzels kind of things. These are called the, is it called Maui? The Stella Maui Monk flavored snacks that you get in there, like these tiny packets. But in Costco, you can buy a huge bag. But are these actually taken from your flight? No, because we ate them all. I love the Southwest sample pretzels as of late. Yeah, these are a step up. So like, if you go on Southwest and get the pretzels, these are they're not generally quite this big either, but they're like just straight pretzels. I'm not particularly a fan of pretzels, I have to be honest, because I find them kind of plain. But these pretzels are really good. So I like these. Sometimes a pretzel hits the spot, you're right. Pretzels are overrated. In my opinion, I do generally think so too. But these are pretty much the only pretzels that I would eat. Like, actively, like, okay, I'll choose it and eat it. So again, if you ever go onto Southwest and fly, and then they give you these pretzel snacks, the Stella pretzel snacks, these are probably the best pretzels I've ever had. I'll be completely honest with you. So this is my second snack of the evening, and we'll unlock another one when we get to 1200 answers for the chat. But yeah, I guess I can talk a bit more about the tournament now. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to put the prediction out now. Because I should probably do that right now. Let me put the prediction out. We just started. Alright, here we go. Okay, the prediction is now open. It is live. We have some time to make your choices. Please start using your A9 coins. Use them and put them down or something wisely. Get predicting. How will the stream end tonight? We have a lot more questions, a lot more answers for the team chat to get through tonight. I didn't just leave it at just under 2,000 answers. There's now 2,000 questions for you guys, which is now why it's at 2,800 for you to get through. And you're about a third of the way through, so you're doing pretty well. But yes, use your A9 quiz word to get predicting what you think the result will be, how the stream will end tonight, and yeah, go. You know what to do. Okay, so what I will say is that I can talk about the NASC from our point of view. So I'm flying with my wife Lindsay, and obviously my two daughters, and we're flying with Tony and David with us as well. So Jonathan, who's Leah's school Scrabble partner, lives in New York State. His dad just drives him down. And Samuel, who lives in Shreveport, 5 hours away from us, is taking his own way through with his dad. So the rest of us are going together. So the story is, that the day before the flight, so Friday is when we're flying. So Thursday, actually it happened whilst I was actually on the stream, is that our flight got cancelled. So, okay, and my wife later on told me, you were probably the last person to know because she was dealing with all the stuff in the background whilst I was streaming. So I've got to thank her hugely for that, getting that under control. And then told me on the stream that our flight got cancelled, but was actually then pushed back. So we were supposed to leave at about 10 o'clock, at 10 a.m. and then arrive at about 2:30 p.m. on Friday. So didn't happen. So then it got pushed back to I think it was is it actually a 2:30 flight, or 2:30? 3 o'clock flight, something like that. I can't actually remember now. It's like a 3 o'clock flight, or 2:30 flight, and then it was actually not direct anymore. It was 2:45, yeah, 2:45. So it wasn't direct anymore. We had to go to LaGuardia, and then go back down to Washington D.C. So then we would actually arrive in Washington D.C. at 9:30 or so. So I was like, okay, that's not too bad. Not bad. I mean, good thing we booked an earlier flight. And we got pushed back a little bit. It's fine. We'll get in a little bit later than normal. And we made a few kind of restaurant choices for the Friday night. And yeah, okay, we can't really do them now, so no big deal. So okay, so we got to the airport. We're all good. Wandering about TSA, it was really bad in New Orleans last weekend. And got there, no problems whatsoever. No problems. So we're lucky on that front. Got through and got on our flight to LaGuardia in New York. No problems again. Arrived on time, and then we touched down, and then suddenly, so Tony has the app on his phone, and then he says, "Uh-oh, our flight has been cancelled." And then, I mean, Lindsay had actually already found this out. I mean, the kids would not have known otherwise. Good evening, Nock. Good to see him. Just talking about the North American School Scrabble Championships, and we just started talking about it. So yeah, our flight got cancelled, and then we were like, oh, okay, so are we going to be put onto another flight? And they were like, nope, there's no other flight. Apparently it was cancelled for safety reasons. Again, it was very vague at the time as to what that meant. There were no answers as to why it was done like that. So, yes, we arrived in LaGuardia, and we are stuck. There is no other flight. We're trying to call... well, I was actually personally just trying to get the kids to eat dinner. Eat some food whilst we figure this out. Well, Lindsay's figuring this out. And then... the only thing that they can do is actually put us on a flight from LaGuardia in New York to Cleveland, Ohio, which I believe is the opposite direction. What's the opposite direction? It's a completely different direction to where DC is, for those that are not aware. And we're like, okay. And then from Ohio, or Cleveland, we're going to have to fly from there to DC, and we arrive at 7 a.m. on the Saturday. And then we're like, wait a minute. That's not right. That can't be right, because we were supposed to be, again, don't forget, we're supposed to be arriving at 2:30, right? 2:30 p.m. That was the original itinerary here, and then now we're actually supposed to be arriving at 7 a.m. on the day of the tournament. Oh no, because the kids were like, where is Cleveland? And I was like, you know what state it's in, right? And they were like, no. I said, it's in Ohio. And they're like, oh. And I was like, you know why they call it, you know why the meme of Ohio is called Ohio? And they're like, oh, okay, we get it now. I said, yeah, there's nothing much there. So that was the choice. That was the thing we had to do if we wanted to wait. Again, no offense to anyone who may be from Cleveland or Ohio, or has any relatives there, or any affinity to Ohio. But the memes speak for themselves, I guess. Again, I've never been to there before. But at the same time, we were like, this shit Ohio is real. Yeah, exactly. It's a real thing. It's not a made-up thing. But yeah, that was either the route that we had to take, and it's going to be a long route, long day of not sleeping, and you'd be thrown into a tournament straight away. And then we were like, what are the other options? So there were no other options going by air, and we were like, well, we could try and take a train. No. And take a bus. No. And then we looked down the map and was like, how far is it to drive from LaGuardia to Arlington, Virginia, which is where our Airbnb was? And it's about 4.5 hours. So bearing in mind that we arrived in LaGuardia at about 6 or maybe 7 p.m. I think we arrived at 7 p.m. Something like that. And then that's the time when we actually finished kind of eating our food and figuring out what to do. We decided we're just going to go rent a car and we're just going to drive. Because, again, if we wait and we're going to get stuck in Ohio of the day of the tournament and we cannot make it because there's something else gets delayed or whatever, then we're not going to make the tournament. And this is the last time that Leah can play in the tournament in the elementary and high school middle school division alongside Jonathan. Again, at least Jonathan would be there, so like he probably would be strong enough to beat the first couple of games by himself anyway, but not ideal, right? But yeah, we decided to just drive. We drove our way from LaGuardia, rented a car, and went all the way to Arlington, and got there just before midnight. So that was kind of what we did. It was not ideal. It's a long drive with so many youngsters. Oh yes, did the kids sleep the whole way? No, some of them were just on their phones the whole time. At least they were occupied. Yes, there was still there was actually no way to actually get a car unless you book online. That was true. Because they were like, can you find us, where do we go for the rental place? And like, you can't do it. There's no one there. You have to do it online and see if there's a car. and then you can go there and go get your car. So luckily we managed to find something, or one of the companies would allow us to pick it up in New York State and then drop it off in DC. Yes, we did have travel problems before, yes, towards Albany. I think it was a New Year's event. Yes, there was. This was actually much worse. Yes, I don't mind sleeping in a, again, personally, if it means that I need to sleep in an airport. And also the airport, I mean, with that, they actually had your flights like ready to go, so like, you know, there was an endpoint. Here it was just like, get to LaGuardia, you have no other option now. You're gonna find your own way there if you want to make it on time. That's much worse. And again, you're also taking 4 kids with you, who are the ones who are competing. It's not just us. Like, we just need to get them there. And again, it's not necessarily our fault that obviously those things happen, but our main job was to get them there and make sure that they're rested to play, in good enough condition to play. And yes, it did cost us a lot of money to try and rent a car for basically one day. Basically a van to fit all of our bags and 6 people in a car. So yeah, that was not the most ideal start to the to proceedings, but that was how it turned out, unfortunately for us. What was your day like as an adult chaperone to the tournament? So yeah, I mean, we got to the Airbnb at midnight, and everyone kind of just went to bed very quickly. We had to be up at about 7 a.m. So they didn't generally have quite as much sleep as they would normally have, but I think it was doable. It was enough. Again, Samuel and Jonathan were there the whole time, and they already been to sleep. They had a good night's rest, which is good for them. Yeah, we've done this a few times now. Yeah, this is the 5th time we've been to Washington, D.C. We've, again, never had any problems like this of this scale before. So, yeah, it was not the best thing to do, not the best thing that could have happened, but it could have been a lot worse also. Like, we could have been in a hotel, in an airport that was not further away than LaGuardia, for example. Like, if it was like somewhere else, like Chicago or something, I don't know, for whatever reason, and then we had to drive across, then that would be a completely different story. And yes, the reason why that we couldn't fly, again, for safety reasons, because there was a smell coming from DC, from the air traffic control. They were talking about the smell. They didn't know if it was some kind of fire or some kind of anything that could happen. They had no idea. All the DC airports around the area were all closed for about 3 hours, and that was the 3 hours that we were going to go get there. So they had to divert. Well, they divert us. They had to basically stop everything from going that way, and we were never told that until like the next day. Or we had to find that out or something. I don't know. So that was basically what happened. But yeah, the start of the tournament. Yeah, everyone was very happy to kind of be there, and we had to take things into our own hands. We had to make sure we get you guys there with enough sleep. And then we started playing the tournament. So it was nice to see everyone there. Lots of other kids there. Almost 100 kids playing in the whole tournament overall. Always nice to see more young people playing. No matter, where they're from or how good they are, it's always nice to see a good, strong number of people playing. But yeah, our team's got off to a relatively decent start. Lee and Jonathan both maxed out their spreads for the first, I think, 3 or 4 games. 4 games. With the spread cap that was available. Penny and Tony won the first 3 games also. And our other team, David and Samuel, I think went 1 and 2, but ended up winning the last 2 of the of day 1, so ended up 3 and 2 after day 1. And again, Samuel had never played in this tournament before, and David finished 10th last year. I haven't done the snack yet. I'm too busy talking. I haven't barely eaten my snack yet, so I probably should eat more, but I'm kind of talking still. It's okay. Maybe we'll do the next snack at 1600 or so. So yeah, risking a snack backlog, that is true. I'm gonna have to scarf everything down real quick. So yeah, unfortunately, Dee and Jonathan lost the last game of the day on day one because, you know, a few inaccuracies here and there, but also their opponents had both blanks. They had to come back from 2 bingos down, and they didn't get any bingos themselves, but they did. But they lost very narrowly. I'm aware of the snack backlog. I guess this normally happens when I don't have to say too much, but I guess I'm telling a story here, a very long story. So they ended up in 3rd place after day 1. And Penny and Tony actually finished in 4th place after day 1 also, 4-1, with a spread just about 200 points less than Lee and Jonathan, which were both the 2 positions that they both finished in last year. And then David and Samuel, I think they were in the top 10 at that point also, with a 3-2 record, which was also where David finished last time. Lee and Jonathan finished 3rd last year also. They were all in the same position as they finished the year before. And with a much better sleep than, you know, than the day before. Again, with our Airbnb, we have a lot of games and things like that that the kids can play. Wait, I think we have an ad break here, so I'm gonna eat first. If you can still hear me, I'm gonna eat first and make sure that ad finishes. Alright, I think the ads are just finished. But But I will quickly say that the prediction is about to end in about 30 seconds. So if you haven't got involved already, or if you have got involved and want to put more coins down on your answer, then please do so now. That is the time to do it. Get yourself involved. We've got about 15 seconds left. And whilst the 3-minute ad break has been going on, I have finished those pretzel braids. So I'm ready for the next snack, which I will do as a repeat because these are the easiest probably to eat. But they are the Cadbury cream, Cadbury eggs that I had last time. So I have 10 of these in this bowl. And actually just were 10 in the bag, so I was like, I'll take all 10 because I had 10 in the last stream, and I'll take the rest of these 10 here. Like it was meant to be. So that's my third snack of the evening. I have 2 other snacks that you haven't seen yet, and some fruit, so we'll do that later. So yes, go back to the story of the North American School Discovery Championships. Day 1 went pretty well. We also went out to dinner at Bar Taco, which I think is a chain all over the place. You probably have maybe been there before. We've been there the last 3 years now, so it's now become a bit of a tradition for us to go there. We did suggest other places to eat for everyone, but they all liked it and they all wanted to go there again, so we did that. And as I said, we had a lot of like games in our Airbnb. So yeah, nice. It was good to a bit of team building for everyone to get to know each other a bit better. I was insulted when I saw the price of bar taco here. They're all kind of small things, so that's right. But there's something out there for everyone, at least. So yeah, we all had a good night's rest, and then on Sunday is obviously Championship Day. Lee and Jonathan won their first game. Stayed in 3rd place, but then ended up having to play against the eventual finalists, the Pink Fluffy Unicorns, who came out of nowhere, really. Out of nowhere. We had no idea about them. We knew that about the Tile Titans, so Andrew Weiland and Alan South, but we had no idea about these Pink Fluffy Unicorns, who are 6th grade twins, girls. We never heard of them before, and we're like, oh, they're just there, but like they won't win all those games. Suddenly they're on 6-0, right behind Andrew Weiland and Alan South, and ahead of our team. And we're like, wait, what is this? What is going on here? We have 2 more games to go. There's not much time left, and we're now playing against them. And if we lose to them, then we're not going to make the final because both of those teams will be 2 games ahead. But yeah, we ended up losing to that team, and it wasn't on the stream, I don't think, so we couldn't see what happened. And I did analyze their game, and I think Lee and Jonathan played pretty well overall. But yeah, maybe just needed to be a bit more accurate. That was it. The girls played very, very well. Seemingly played very well, and sometimes on the stream, early in the stream, they played very well as well. Maybe not their best performances towards the end of the tournament, but again, they've never played in this tournament before either. So we ended up losing to them. And yeah, I mean, as you can imagine, Jonathan and Leah were both very upset. I mean, not the girls, obviously, but just the realization of not being able to make the finals and not being able to win. Yeah, they're very good. They actually are. And again, for a team that's only been playing for 1 year, I mean, that's kind of remarkable. So, I mean, hats off to them. They came out of nowhere and really stuck it to everyone. Went 7-0 with one game to go and already sealed their place in the final. Lee and Jonathan still in third place. Just need to win the last game to stay in third, which they did. Unfortunately, other daughter Penny and Tony, who started in fourth place on day 2, ended up losing all 3 games on day 2, so went down from 4th to 15th, which is never a nice feeling to have. Dry mouth when you eat pretzels, exactly. I'm like trying to pick out all the pretzels around the back of my mouth here. Oh, I guess I have a drink here. I guess I can drink it. And our other team, Samuel and David, ended up finishing in 9th place. They lost their first game of the day, but again, they came back with 2-1 games in a row. Finished 4-4. Is it 4-4? Maybe 5-3, I think it was. They finished 5-3 and with a decent spread and finish in 9th place. So David actually has 2 back-to-back top 10 finishes now, and Samuel in his first tournament finished in 9th. So him and his father were very happy about that, and they should be. Very good, solid result for your first time. And again, he's only been playing with us for about a year now, so it's not been that long. So yeah, we saw the finals between I think who was in the final again? Was it Cam Siegel and was it Noah Goldstein? I think. So they played in the final. I think Cam Siegel ended up winning by a lot, if I remember right. Again, I'm kind of blanking out on stuff that happened because a lot of things were going on at the time. But to the best of my knowledge, that's what happened. So I might have got named wrong or whatever, but please forgive me or correct me. He won by not too much. Yes. So he ended up winning, and then it was the Tile Titans, Andrew Weiland and Alan South beating the Twins in the final game by quite a lot in the end. Twins playing a number of phonies, and I think the experience ended up counting a lot for it in the end. So well done to all the winners in this tournament. And again, always nice to see lots of kids playing. Yes, it was a close game. Yeah. So yeah, of course, Lee and Jonathan a bit disappointed again to finish in 3rd place. Same as last year, so they've had 5 nationals now, all of them in the top 10, dating back to when they're both 4th graders. So they went from 7th to 10th, and then 4th place, and then 2 3rd places back to back. So unfortunately, no finals appearances for them this whole time, and now they've aged out of the of that event now. So next year they'll both be playing in the high school division as 9th graders, which will be interesting. They will not be partnering up ever again now. That is the end of an era for them. And we'll have our other teams hopefully playing next year as well, and we're actually looking to increase our squad and hopefully have some younger players coming through in our more serious club soon enough. I hope to bring some of them to DC next year. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But yeah, let's see how that goes. Yes, then we went to wait, what was this? The Sunday. Um, yes, went to what? Then we ate at tapas. I'm trying to remember what we did, man. I'm like, I don't even remember what happened. I feel like I got like amnesia or something. Yes, Planet 22. That's exactly it. That's it. Yeah. And it was all you can eat for 38 bucks if you're an adult, and 22 bucks if you're a kid. You have to be accompanied with an adult to have the both of those. Um, both of those deals. Luckily, there was a even number, near enough an even number of adults to kids, so it was all good. Yeah, ate a lot of stuff, lots of good food there. We ate there last year also, and this place is really good. So definitely would recommend Palette 22. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I had there was lots of like roasted, well, barbecued stuff. They have some Asian food. They got some scallops. They've got some vegetarian food. They have a lot of different things and lots of pizza as well. You basically just eat anything that you might want, and they pretty much will have something for you. And you can just keep ordering and ordering. You order as whatever you want until you're full. Those are all my favorite things. Well, there you go. And desserts after that as well, yes. So we were completely stuffed by that point. Yeah, tapas is more like um, Spanish food, right? You just small plates, yeah. So like you get like the scallops, for example, and you just have two on a plate, for example. They're really really good too. It's not like cheap stuff. This is like properly good stuff that you can just keep. You can literally order the same thing like 10 times if you want. Exactly, yes. You have a whole pile of wings. Yes, you could. You could order like two of those, and there's like 8 of them in total or something. Exactly it. Yes, only 2 at a time. Can't overorder. Right, I will continue my story. I'm still eating my eggs. I'm trying to manage this backlog here. I'll continue the story. The story's not over yet. Okay, almost all the eggs are done now. Done. I'm gonna start another snack though at 1800, which we're at now. Um, I have some. I actually have some English biscuits here. Not the digestives, but these are called bourbon creams. They're like chocolate. Literally says bourbon on it. There's like chocolate in the middle. And I have 4 of these in a bowl. So that's what I have right now as my next snack. This is snack number 4 out of 6. I also appreciate that I haven't actually answered that many questions yet. But still, I'm getting there. You dipping those in tea? Some people dip them in tea. But I have been streaming for about an hour and 22 minutes now, and if I got to tea right now, it'd be cold. Which is partly why I don't drink hot drinks when I'm on the stream. But yes, if I had tea, I might do that. Although these are actually good by themselves without dipping. So, as my wife said, the kids ended up going back home after dinner, played table football, and played on Nintendo, played Heave Ho. I don't know if you guys are aware of that game. You can look it up. And did TikTok dances. Yeah, that's true. And played a bit of pool as well. So that was what they did all the way until about midnight. So yeah, they had a lot of fun, which was nice, just to decompress after, you know, a year's worth of work. You deserve it, kids. And yeah, then it was the next day. Samuel left early. Jonathan had already left that Sunday evening anyway. Staying up till midnight surrounded by middle schoolers doing TikTok dances sounded like an actual nightmare. I mean, they were pretty loud, but after a while they just settled down with some Nintendo. Again, still pretty much a lot of screaming. Also bearing in mind that they were playing in our bedroom. It was like a basement almost, with like a sofa and a TV, and then like aside from that there was a bed, so we were just sitting on the bed. So we basically just succumbed to all of it the whole time. Again, it wasn't that bad. And there's like there's 5 of them as well, so it is what it is. It's all good. Well, we played Catan on our phones, yeah. Well, you did. I didn't. Did I? Wait, I think maybe I did. Yeah, maybe I tried a few. So yeah, we did that, and then we woke up the next day. We had to leave our Airbnb at about 11. Our flight out from Ronald Reagan DCA was at 5:30 or 5:40, I think it was 5:40 p.m. So we had a bit of time to kill. So we went out to one of my favorite restaurants as a brunch, because we left the house at about 11, so we went straight there. My favorite might be one of my favorite. Yeah, I guess it is one of my favorite places to eat. Chicken place. It's not Popeyes. Can anyone guess what it is? That's a good question. And the big clue is that they don't have them in New Orleans, but they do have them a lot in England. Not Cane's, not McDonald's. This is a chicken place. Specifically, chicken place. Nando's, yes. You got it. You got it. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. I was disappointed that on Friday afternoon, that when we were supposed to arrive, that I was going to have some Nando's. And couldn't do it. So we're like, let's just go to Nando's. Let's get these kids to try it out. Leah really loves it after a while, because there was actually a Nando's very close to well, across the road actually, in the mall from the venue of the SPC in Baltimore last year, and we ate there at Nando's 5 days in a row because it was that good. Even Canada has Nando's. Oh no, we don't have a Nando's here. It's disappointing. I've been to Nando's. It was perfectly fine. Okay. Penny was not impressed. That's true. My assumption is that Nando's is overrated because British people don't have taste buds. That partly to a degree is true, but don't knock it until you've tried it. But yes, I do love a Nando's. In England, we call it a cheeky Nando's because it's, you know, it's very endearing. So yes, so we ate a lot of stuff there, and then went to the mall. That's across the road, and then realized there was actually nothing really in the mall. Tried to find something to do there. It was closed, so couldn't do it. I started saying cheeky Mackies when I get back to. I guess it's kind of in similar fashion, yes. So then we actually drove. We got to another. We got another Uber. Went to the other mall. That was maybe about 10 minutes away. That's a bit closer to the airport as well. We were actually supposed to go to one of those. There was a Nando's there, but we went to this food court there, and then the kids and Lindsay went shopping. I just kind of looked after all the bags and stuff. What does cheeky mean in this sense? It means like it should be, it's something that's like, you shouldn't really be having it, but you're gonna have it because it's not really allowed. Not say allowed, but that's why it's cheeky, because it's like, you know, it's like a guilty pleasure almost, right? That's kind of what it is. In that sense, anyway. So yeah, we did that. Stayed there until about 3 o'clock in the mall for a 5:40 flight. Went through TSA. We got to the airport. Nobody there. Went through. And if you guys didn't know, so I was talking about like this story isn't over yet. I don't know if you guys know, or maybe you probably will, but because maybe you're there. But in the whole east coast of the country, there's a tornado watch. And that's still been going on today, too. So, the tornado watch started yesterday afternoon. And when we're talking to people, just you had to go to my basement on Sunday. There you go. There you go. But when it turned into tornado warning here. Yes, yes. So yeah, there was a tornado that hit near my grandparents up north. Yeah, it's like pretty much the entire East Coast, like across the entire East Coast. Again, obviously not something that we had planned for. And we were waiting in the departure lounge, and we're looking at the board, and about a third of the flights are red. They're like cancelled, completely cancelled. No flight for them. Done. About half of the flights were like in yellow. They're all like delayed. Some of them were like delayed from midday, and then they're flying out at 7 p.m. or something for whatever reason. I don't know. And we were like, oh, this is not good. And then we're looking at our board, and we're like, it's on time. Phew. We're just hoping that it's going to stay on time. This, you know, we're just sitting there until about 5:20. Nothing's happening. I mean, there's people who already walked out of the plane because they landed. But nobody's walking onto the plane. It's now like 5:25. Again, this is for a 5:40 flight, and we're like, nobody's moving. What's going on? Then we hear on the speaker that said that your flight has been delayed because there is no captain to fly the plane. And we're like, wait a minute, what? What is this? Where is this captain, and what is he doing? Someone find this guy. I need to stop solving. I put all my scores on a timeout. Yes. You can. This will also give me time to answer questions too, which is not necessarily the worst thing in the world. So yeah, then they said, and then that's what they said. So then we were like, oh, we're going to be here for a while. And then the next update was, so we found a pilot, but he's flying in from Orlando, and he doesn't get here until 9 p.m. And we're like, what? And we're like, oh no. And then, again, this is the you know, with the tornado like warnings and things, we're now kind of in the thick of, we're now going to start getting to the thick of it. It's 9 p.m. Like that's when he arrives. That's not when he's actually going to take off. So we'll probably take off closer to 10 maybe. And at that point, like they might think it's too dangerous to fly, and then we have to stay another day. And then again, the kids have to go to school. And then what are we going to do? Because we have nowhere to stay. And then we're like, oh no, what are we going to do? So that's what happened. And then I think it was about 6 o'clock. Then there was a guy who was dressed up as a, dressed up as a pilot, and he's just standing there, and he's just waving at everyone. He's just standing there, and just like waving it to everyone. And then there's news of like, oh, we found a pilot. He's gonna go fly a plane. And then everyone starts like clapping and hollering at him. And he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like lapping it up, and he's like walking through the door, and we're like, and then everyone starts lining up as quickly as possible. It was funny. We're like, what is going? And then we're like, oh, okay, we're actually only going to be like an hour late after all. So that's actually what happened. Was this guy a fake pilot? Thankfully not, because he got us from DC to New Orleans without any problems. They found him in the washroom. He was somewhere. Or maybe they just found him, or maybe he was like, yeah, I fancy a trip to New Orleans. Yeah, I'll put my hand up. Let's go. So thankfully, we actually took off at about 6:30 p.m., about 50 minutes late. Got to New Orleans, closer to 9 p.m. Got home. The kids got off home. The other kids got home. We had to drop. David and Tony's parents came to our house and then took them away quickly. While our kids went to bed, unpacked, washed everything, and that was it. You know, that was the kind of the extensive, story of what happened in our flights. Still recovering, yeah. I mean, it's been a tough one. Travel-wise, at least. I've never actually experienced a flight that's actually been completely cancelled. Like, there's no backup plan, no viable backup plan, where you can just wait, or they'll just put you on another flight, like right now, you know, or something like that. It's like gone. There's nothing else. Like, you need to be somewhere in literally like 12 hours. What are you gonna do now, you know? So yeah, the kids went through a lot. Hopefully it wasn't too stressful for them. We tried not to, like, you know, get them worked up either, because, you know, as soon as you tell them when you're in LaGuardia and we're like, we don't have a flight, like, we're not, we, at this moment in time, we have no way of getting there. And then, you know, people starting to freak out. They're like, whoa, we need to get there. We need to be playing, you know? So yeah, they went through a lot. It's again an experience for sure, but you know, we're gonna get them to the tournament, and that's what we did. And we got them over there in good time, and that's what we did, and we got them home. So all's well that ends well, I guess. Again, hopefully, you know, hopefully, you know, the result. It could have been better too with the tournament, but at the end of the day, everyone had fun. Everyone made some new friends. Everyone enjoyed the food and the travel, apart from obviously all the delays and things. The kids had a Nintendo Switch to play with this whole time. So, and their phones to kind of look through, to scroll through, doom scrolling, you know. So yeah, hopefully for them it was never really that much of a problem, but again, we'll probably end up recalling this story at some point in the future, and when they're older, they'll probably end up realizing what it actually was. But for now, you know, because they're like, what, we can just order a van, right? And yes, 4.5 hours isn't that bad, is it? It's not that bad. No, of course not. I'm like, yeah, because you've done 4.5 hours driving a car. Sure, yeah, of course. Easy, right? No problem. What's the problem? I'm just going to sit in the back here and scroll whilst you drive for 4.5 hours, not knowing necessarily where to go. Sure. But again, you know, this is not necessarily a thing that I expect 12-year-old or slash 14-year-old kids to fully understand. British person road trip maximum of 90 minutes. It's probably closer to 2 hours at most. I can drive in a direct line down from my house to Southampton, which is on the south coast. That's about 2 hours. And then you literally hit the sea. I could drive 2 hours to the east and hit the sea there also through like Norwich or something. I could drive maybe 3 or 4 hours to the west and hit Wales and hit the sea. So, yeah. How much is 90 minutes in British units? 230 secondy dues. I think you're talking about Australians there. Come on, Ishikasuma. You know, but you're better than this. We're not all the same. I know people always ask me, are you from Australia? I'm like, no. How many people have said, are you from Australia, rather than, are you British? It's like, I think maybe 10 people have told, every 10 people that say, oh, you're from Australia, one person asked me, are you from Britain? But still, that's kind of what was happening. It was a bit of a, yeah, ordeal, travel-wise, but we're here. We're back. Kids are at school. Kids are sleeping right now. They're all good. Everyone's safe. Everyone had a good time. So, can't complain too much right now. And yeah, we're just back to normal. We're back to the streaming, and that's it. So yeah, that's kind of the travel woes of Washington DC. And yeah, that's that. The real tragedy is the Korean fried chicken, yeah. So many what's the word? So many plans, that's it. So many plans that didn't come to fruition. But you know what? We've been there for 5 years now, 5 years straight. We'll be back again next year. And maybe we'll get to do those things again, so it's not that bad. It's always at Planet Word, so we'll be back again. I'm aware that my story has been lasting a long time and has completely derailed my ability to answer questions in a timely manner. I'm literally nowhere near how many questions I should be answering, but felt like it was important to tell you guys, since I just came back from it, so it's all good. How are there more than 3 more? There's a lot of 3, yeah, there's a lot. I think, isn't there like 9 answers or something? Is that right? I didn't see how many there were. Eight answers, okay, 8. So I think 3 of them begin with an E, 2 begin with an N, and 3 begin with an S. If I remember right. Oh, no, is that right? No. Wait. One begins with an O for sure. Wait, so 3... Wait, is it 3? No, I think it's... Wait, wait a minute. No, sorry. It's 3 begin with an E, 3 begin with an N, and then 1 with an O, 1 with an S, I believe. If I remember right. I'm trying to remember it. That's how I remember it. Yeah, 3... I think it's 3E, 3N, 1O, 1S. I think that's what it is. That's how I remember it. So, it looks like there's going to be another N somewhere. And it's actually the most normal word. There you go. Is that how you usually remember the racks with lots of words? Like how many start with each letter? Yeah, that is how much I do. If it goes that way, like parties or like things like the words like that, then I'm trying to remember how many have the second letter. Or somebody begin with a P. Motivation said I have to go finish an assignment. I put all my channel points on this finishing. Avenge me, please. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you for tuning in. I think you did a fair number of answering today, so again, thank you for watching. We'll be doing this again on Thursday, so don't worry. Plenty more to come next time. But yeah, I hope you have a good evening, and get to make a big dent in that assignment. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, yeah, React. Good evening to you, by the way. Yeah, there's one answer there that we can't answer. It's been there for like an hour now, but yeah, it's been staring at everyone for a while. But yeah, just complete all the other ones. Alright, so there's about 500 answers left. I will say this, I did say I had 6 snacks here. I'm actually going to forego one of them and go straight to the fruit. Because, not only because I'm getting a bit full, but there's not going to be enough time to eat everything, also. So, I'm going to save this other snack for Thursday. And, yeah, you can see it then. But this will be the last snack that I'll have after this last bourbon cream. So yeah, I'm going to have the 4 snacks. The 5th snack I'm going to forego. Again, I won't show you now, but I will put it away and eat some on Thursday instead, on next stream. And we'll go straight to the last snack of the day, which is actually just some fruit. So I actually have some cut up platter here of lots of mango and some clementines. There's a lot of it, so it might take me until the end of the stream to finish it, so that's why. There's only so much time I can do this. Flame orange, yeah, there you go. So yeah. Finish with something, no persimmons though, or whatever you said they were called in the UK. Yeah, Sharon fruit. That's it. Actually, we went to Costco today, and then I was like, oh, look, we have dried persimmons here. So, do you remember this? I was showing that to Lindsay. I was like, oh, do you remember this? This thing called persimmons that I had no idea about until literally this week. Learn something new every time. And there it is. In Costco. Mangoes are gross though? Oh, I feel like that is an unpopular opinion. There can't be that many people that don't like mangoes. Surely. Back to our regular programming with Costco chat. Exactly. That is exactly what you're here for. Don't lie. You're not here to talk to me or hear my travel words. You're just here for Costco chat. It's okay. It's completely fine. New fruit I had recently was soursop. I don't even know what that is. Again, I know it's a valid Scrabble word, but I don't know what it is. It could be anything. You could tell me anything, and I would just believe you. Wow, what? I don't even know. I can even imagine what that even is. Spiky green fruit with a creamy white fibrous pulp that tastes like a mix of strawberry, pineapple, and citrus. Yeah, I can't even imagine what that even tastes like. It tastes like there's too many things, too many tastes, or the people that tried to define it also didn't really know how to describe it. I had it as a guanabana. That's also a Scrabble word, isn't it? That's also a valid Scrabble word. Look at 3 words fruit. Oh, there you go. Oh, Sharon's is not the right. Yeah, Sharon, because we're talking about Simmons. Sharon actually doesn't pluralize. Size of a football. Oh. Is it kind of something like custard apple? The only thing I could think of that's like spiky and green would be like a durian or something. Did British People Service say let's go pick up some Sharons at Sainsbury's? I don't know. You might, if you don't say Sharon fruit, you might be talking about trying to pick up some like 60-year-old ladies or something. You gotta be careful what you're saying here. Oh no, I always want to answer that question as Sharon, not Shorans. Again, I don't really understand why it doesn't take an S, though. Or why is it an adjective? Study 6 and impress your friends. Yes, you need those 6s that don't take any S hooks. Adam Logan wants to put Airist on me. Yeah. That's pretty much never going to get played. Apart from that one time. It was the second turn of the game? What? What? Why? It must have scored a lot of points then. I once played the word niente, Niente, to go out one time. I think was it go? Yeah, I think I can't remember if it was to go out or not. Maybe not. And then my opponent was like, "Do you just study sixes that just don't take an ass like for fun?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?" So the chat now has about 250 answers to go. Pretty much in the home straight now. Honestly, I have a feeling that I probably shouldn't be trying to answer 2,000 questions anymore. I'm getting through more difficult questions now, which is taking a lot longer in general, even if I didn't talk too much. Wait, what does it stand for? I didn't know that. Jet and rocket assisted take. What? They have almost the same acronym? What? That's weird. An add-on azimuth only. What? No, that can't be right. Really? No way. I don't even know what to believe in anymore. Get a chat now. Down to about 190 answers to go. Still 45 minutes left of the stream too, at most. That's dozen new words usually take about 20 minutes. That's true. I decided to run like a 1-minute ad, just so you know. For those are people that are subscribers or can still hear what I'm saying, I've done a 1-minute ad just to get to the end of the stream. There's going to be another ad break soon, but I kind of pushed it out now. Just so that wouldn't happen like whilst we're about to end the stream. Alright, about 130 to go now. Not long to go. I've got through about 700 answers. Which again, isn't great, but it could be a lot worse. Again, this is about 700 more than I would have done normally, so can't complain too much. But I'm going to try and get through as many as I can now, whilst I'm... Well, the race is still going. And I'm also trying to finish off my fruit, which I have here. I finished all the mango, actually. You'd be proud of me. Finished all the mango. Just got the oranges left now. And again, I'll put away my other snack. Save it for another day. But again, I've actually given the chat 2,000 questions to answer. And you guys have still got through this incredibly quickly. To the point where I might actually have to up the number of questions in the future. This is happening way too fast. I was like, this is going to go all the way until 11 o'clock, and it has clearly not been the case. So again, for those that are watching, there is still one answer left on the board that you cannot answer, which is on the far right side, third one down. So as long as you answer everything else, that will be the end of the race. Underestimating my ability to play Finiwords, exactly. You were the creator anyway, so I think you'll be the only person we shouldn't underestimate how to play. But yes, getting close to the end of the race here. It's looking like the chat will clear the Finiwords board. And there's still 40 minutes to go, which again, this will be done by then. So if you've enjoyed the stream tonight, and you don't already follow this channel, please hit that follow button right now. It'd be greatly appreciated. You can always support this stream and this channel by becoming a subscriber. If you have an Amazon Prime account and it's linked to your Twitch account, then you can always use your Amazon Prime as a free sub for the month. That's also possible. Again, if you're not doing that, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Every little bit helps with this channel as well. But otherwise, we'll be paying out option 2, I think, which will be the might be the 4th time in a row now that the chat has cleared it before the time expired. Becoming a little bit too predictable now. Might have to make it more difficult for you next time, maybe, but we'll see. We'll find that nice sweet spot. A good time. But yeah, I think we'll be doing this again on Thursday. I do have more questions to answer, and I will be honest, probably next week or so, until this card box is pretty much back down to 0 almost. And if you guys keep finishing this early and giving me less time to answer it, then we might have to do more streams like this. But yeah, I don't envisage doing this for too much longer. I would like to start a series against the best bot in the relative near future. But I've got to do this first. So yeah, about 40 answers to go now. Not much more. But yeah, otherwise I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll be doing this again on Thursday. Hope you guys can join me for that too. Not many answers to go. But again, appreciate you all being here and getting involved. Couldn't do this without you guys as well. This definitely wouldn't be a race if the chat was not involved like this. So I thank you all for that. Yeah, we're moving into the last 30 or so answers now. Very close to the end. Once it's done, then we will end the stream. Slowly but surely getting through. Willing away the board. With just under 36 minutes left to go. But yeah, hats off to you guys in the chat. Everyone that got involved today did their job. Did their part. And this board is now only got about 13 answers to go now. That's it. Give me a little bit more time to answer more questions, but I'm going to get to about 800 now. Which again isn't that great, but in terms of how much is left in my card box, could be a lot worse. I did, so in between both of my streams, so since Thursday night and the start of the stream, I did answer about 3,700 questions or so. Mostly on the way to and from DC, so that definitely helped me out a lot. Just having some time to do this. And now we finally got it under 5,000, so hopefully we can keep it that way. In time for the next stream. And we'll start building from there, I guess. So now I've just got over 800 questions answered, which again, in the grand scheme of things with this card box, is a good percentage of what's left. Still, again, would like a bit more, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. No need to worry. Alright, just 4 answers to go now. Can you get them? These, in theory, should be the most trickiest ones. These are all the ones that are left to the end. Guess it's giving me a bit more time to answer them. Yeah, not complaining too much since we're still finishing in good time. But I also cannot pay out the prediction yet because it's not happened yet. Oh, it's good we got the final bingo. I think a lot of the guesses were very similar to that, but now you finally hit on those. Yes, and these old Gaelic words. Nice. Three answers to go now. We're now around 32 minutes left of the stream. But it does look like these ones are causing a little bit more trouble. Oh, there's another one. Hazel has gone. 2 answers to go. I would help you guys out, but I'm trying to get through as many as I can now. Just as the stream is coming to a close very soon. So Muppet Tentacle, I don't think he actually left. He said that he said a little while ago that he actually stopped answering questions because he put all his coins down on a timeout. So when it got to about 2,000 questions answered, 2,000 answers, he stopped answering things. Whether or not he's still here or not is another story. I think he might still be here, but just watching. And he is now actively wanting you guys to fail. Because that is what he essentially had predicted. I don't see him in the viewer list. Okay, well maybe he's yeah, maybe he's gone. Shout out Muffin for funding my payout. There you go. I mean, he did answer a lot of questions too. God, we're actually now under 30 minutes. There's no real reason to panic at this stage for the chat. But yeah, time's still ticking. Oh, Epulis. There you go. Those are Epulides. Those are also good. Yes, yes, exactly that. Or however you pronounce it. I might have butchered the pronunciation there, but yeah, that's where it comes from. I guess Pilius was the other answer that I was already got. So yeah, just Epulis is Epulis is apparent. Okay. Yeah, so just one answer to go now. What were the answers already? What's already been answered? Oh, we have an ad break now. You guys took too long. Passy stream, was that the last answer? No, there's only one more left. Someone's gonna have to type that in chat. There's one more answer to go. Still don't have it. That's true, there's only one answer. So wait, can someone type out what can someone type out what the correct answers already been got? Okay, I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. Again, I can't really tell you. I don't want to say anything yet. I don't even want to give you the yeah, the one that I'm thinking of isn't being typed out yet. It's not that, I mean, it's kind of a bit unintuitive, the word, but it's a word that you would be like, oh yeah, okay. Okay, welcome back from the ad break. You have a list of all the wrong answers and all the list of right answers. I'm just saying that I do know what it is. I think you could probably guess it. I think you can guess it, but it's a bit unintuitive. But you'll be, once you get the answer, you'll be like, oh, okay, we should have got that. I don't think this word doesn't have any hooks either. That potentially gives any hints. Can't give you too many hints. Oh, there we go. Ancient Cosmographer got it. Menes. That is the last word. It took an extra 5 minutes alone. Not, yeah, I told you it's a bit unintuitive, but you'd be like, oh, okay. Could have guessed that. It's kind of a bit weird, but yeah, there you go. 25 minutes to spare. You guys have finished the race. So officially now, that means the chat has cleared the Finiwords board. And I will pay out the prediction right now. You actually ended up padding so much time that I almost got to 900 answers as well. So let's pay out option 2 now. Chat clearing Finiwords. So well done if you did that. I know, it's kind of weird how they did that, but yeah, it's weird. Okay, so again, thank you all for watching tonight. I'm just going to get to 900, and there it is, 900 questions answered. There we go. Yeah, so again, thanks for you all watching. Appreciate you all doing this. Again, couldn't do this without you. If you enjoyed the stream, please hit that follow button right now. It'd be greatly appreciated. I'll be back again on Thursday night. We'll be doing this again for marathon number 7. And depending on circumstances, we might jack up the number of questions again, maybe by a little bit. We'll see. Thank you, Nork. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you, Blue Felly, also. So yeah, I think I just need to go raid a channel now. Let's go raid somebody. Let's see what we got here. I'm not sure who to raid. Category? There's no one really else here. I mean, if you want to do more anagramming at StudyCade, we can just raid them. Thank you, Ancient Cosmographer. Also, thank you very much. And also thank you for creating this game for us to play as well. Again, really nice to use this and for you guys to get involved. So yeah, we're gonna go raid StudyCade. If you want to do more anagramming, there's some 5s. They're doing some 5s right now, and there's some high probable bingos. If you want to do more of this, stick around and play on the StudyCade Twitch channel. So that is about it. Again, thank you all for watching. Thursday night around 8:15, 8:30 or ish, we'll be doing another race, and hopefully you'll be back here for that too. So until then, hope you guys have a good evening and a good couple of days. Until then, see you around and good night.